Hi, kindergarten. Today I wanted to do a little lesson about numbers and number lines and how to make things make sense when there's something that seems wrong. So in this, you can see that I kind of recreated part of our 100s chart, and you can see that it doesn't go to 100. There's no 100 down here, but it does start with 1. And what would come before 1? Yeah, 0. So I can even add that to my chart, right? I could put it here. I could put it over here. I could put it up here. Anywhere that would go before 1, because that's what it means. It's less than 1, so it goes before. So with our numbers, they mean something. And when you put them in a certain order, it shows how they either grow and get bigger, and how that picture of a 2, right? This symbol means 1 more than this number. Right? So the pictures that we use, the numeral, the actual number or symbol that we use to represent that number has meaning. And so today I want to talk about how when something doesn't make sense, how to fix it. So for example, I have this 50 chart because it's supposed to go up to 50, but there's some numbers missing. So how do I figure out what numbers go where? Now I also have a number line at the bottom here, and we'll talk about that in a moment, but let's focus on the top first about our number chart. Okay, so I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What goes there? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you know your numbers and you know it's 1 more than 4, you know what goes here. If you know what's 1 less than 6, you know the number that goes here. What number is it? Yeah, it's a 5. Good. I'm going to use a different color to show it, just to show the ones that we worked on today. So I would write 5 here. Good. All right, now, instead of having to count from 0 all the way up to get to my next one that's blank, I'm going to use my counting on strategy to start right here at the beginning of this line. So I'm going to count 11, 12, 13. What goes here? It's 1 more than 13, 1 less than 15. Yeah, it's 14. Now, I want you to see if you notice something about the way it's organized. Because the numbers are organized in rows of 10, see how there's 10 going across? We also see that in each column, the number in the ones place stays the same going down. So I know that 14 is correct because 14 is 10 more than 4, right? I have to count 10 numbers to get to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 4 plus 10 more gives me 14. Plus 10 more gives me 24. What? Okay, let's try that. 14 becomes 24. See that tens column goes up 1, but the ones column stays the same. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm at 24. Wow. So every single one of those is going to be correct. So when you go this way across a row, you're going by ones, right? That's -1 to get to 13. And if I add 1 to my ones, right, 4 becomes 5. So I'm adding 1 there. That becomes 15. So it's really cool how every row means 10 and every one moving over in a column means 1. And you can use that to fill in the other ones really easily. All right, so after 17, what comes next? What would go here? You can look at the ones place and you can look at the tens place. Yeah, 18. Very good. All right, what goes here? Between 21 and 23. What should go there? And you can clue in with the ones by looking above and below. Yeah, it's in my 20s row, so it must be 20. But then what goes in the ones place between 1 and 3? What number goes? Is 1 more than 1 and 1 less than 3? 2, yeah, 21. And then we'll check by counting. 21, 22, 23. That sounds right. All right, let's do this one. What's this one going to be? Ooh, 26. Good. All right, all the way over here. Ooh, we know this because we count by tens all the time. 10, 20. Yeah, less than 40 though is 30. And so you see that because with a 9, we added 1 more. So now we have to make it a 0, and that 1 gets pushed over and adds to the 2 in the tens place to make a 3. Okay. And now the whole next row starts with 3 because that's how many 10s there are. And we're only adding 1 at a time. So the 0 becomes a 1. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Let's check above and below. 5, 5, 5. Yep. 3, 3, 3. All right. What about this one? 35, 36. Good. Let's check above. 7, 7, 7, 7. 6, 7, 8. Yeah. 3, 3, and 3. It must be right. All right, what about this one? 9, 19, 29. They all have 9s on the 1s place. What should go in the 10s place? 38, 37, 38, 39. So the 3s go all the way down, and then we pushed it too far. Now it turns into 40, and then all of these are 40. 41. What do you think goes here? 43. And then all the way down to the last row. 10, 20, 30, 40. One more than 49 is 50. And we made it make sense. Even though there was missing things in our math, we can use our knowledge of numbers and how they grow and get smaller and what the actual numbers mean to help fill out something when they're missing. Now, there's something else you can do. Sometimes you see mistakes. And in my number line here, there's actually a couple mistakes. So you see my number line, does it start at 0? No. And number lines don't have to start at 0. But number lines always keep going, right? 5 is not the lowest number that exists in the world, right? So you never have just a line like this. You always have an arrow because there's numbers lower than 5 and there's numbers greater than 12. We want to make sure we remember that when we're being mathematicians, okay? The other thing is when in this number line, I do see some things that are correct, right? 5, 6 would come next, and then 7, and then 8. So it's growing by 1 every time we go to the right. And it always whenever you move over, right, you add 1. So we're adding 1. 5 becomes 6, 6 becomes 7, 7 becomes 8, 8 becomes 9, 9 becomes 10, 10 becomes, what do you guys think of that? 10 becomes 14? If we're adding 1 every time, when 10 goes to 14, did I add 1? No, that would have added 4. Does that make sense? 1, 1, 1, 1, all of a sudden a random 4? No, in number lines, in this number line, we see that the pattern is adding 1. And so it doesn't make sense that all of a sudden we'd have the same amount of space to then have 14, right? That should be adding 1. So this number is wrong and we should fix it. So if you see mistakes, you should always fix them, okay? All right, what number should this be? Between 10 and 12. That seems right. So 1 less than 12 and 1 more than 10. What goes here? 11. Yeah, very good. So always fix mistakes when you see them. Now I'm going to show you the pages that you're going to work on at home for this. Okay? So one of the pages you might see is this one. And you see these are 10 frames. And it tells you it has a certain number, right, of dots. And you have to write how many dots by writing it in the box. So here I see a 10 frame, so that must be 10. And then I see 5, so that's 15, plus 2 more is 7. So 10, 7 is 17. Here I see 8 dots, so I'm going to put an 8 for my 1, and then a 10. So I have 18, okay? And you want to go all the way across. Down here, it's like a number line. This one's like a number line too, okay? And both of these look like they're counting up by 1s because I can tell. It's 26, then there's a space, and then 28. So what comes between 26 and 28? You need to put that number there and then keep going by 1s across. So for example, I would have 27, and then after 28 would come 29, and I keep going across. Here you're also going to go up by 1s, but then down here, look, it's different. Oh my gosh, wait a second, 11, 10. That's not usually the same way. Usually when we go from left to right, we're usually going up. We're adding. And when we go down from right to left, we subtract. We take numbers away. We go less numbers, right? But sometimes people write it differently, right? We're not always writing numbers with hundreds chart. We're not always writing numbers with a perfect number line. Sometimes we write numbers in a different way. And so here they wrote them by counting down. So you have to think with your brain, each of these little sets is one set. So what would come next? 11, 10. Yeah, let's go down. 11, 10. What's one less than 10? You could even do it with your fingers, right? I have 10 fingers. All right, I had 11. Pretend like that's my 11th finger. And then I went down. Bye-bye. And now I have 10. Sneaky little pencil, huh? All right, now I have 10. So I have to go down one. I'm going to take one away. How many are left? 9. Yeah, so I'm going to put 9 here. All right, now this is my next group. 21, blank, 19. What goes between those two numbers? And then the last one, what's one less than 31? Okay. If you need support and you need to look at a hundreds chart or a number line online or something, that's okay. You can do that. Okay. We use our tools wisely. All right. This is another one. This one you need to figure out the problems and then fix them. So I'm going to jump to, for example, okay, this first one. It says 20, 21, 22. That sounds good so far, right? I can tell it's going up by 1. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Wait, I said 26, but that doesn't look like a 6. I'm going to fix that. 26. Oh, and I see that's what they did here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not a 3. They did that wrong, so you got to fix it. Okay? So make it make sense. That's your main thing you're trying to do today. Okay, and then with these ones, you're doing the same thing. You're making it make sense. So here they wrote 23, but I only see 20. So you got to make it make sense by filling in the ones that are missing. Now it says 23. Okay, do the same with these and the same with the stars and the raindrops. You can see my printer is running out of ink here, but luckily I got some ordered and it's on its way, but it looks more like this. So you can actually see the stars and the raindrops. And what you want to do is make sure that the number matches how many are here. So maybe you need to add some, or maybe you need to cross out some. You got to count them to find out. Okay, and remember, if you're struggling to count such big numbers, you can always circle your groups of 10 to help you count by tens. Okay, that looks like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, okay, this whole row is 10. Okay, and I can do that again. 1, 2, and I group my 10s, and then I see what number I have, and then figure out how to make this number by crossing out or adding as needed. All right. And the last one, this is like a bonus activity. This isn't part of our normal activity, but I still thought it was really valuable. In this one, you're going to see, again, you can't really see it. Let me get this one instead. You're going to talk about more and less. So show me more with your fingers or your body. We talked about this a lot when we were learning about length and width and height and how to measure things. Yeah, so when we want more, right, that means more. You're growing more, right? Bigger, taller, okay? And less means you're bringing it down. You have less of something, okay? You're going down or subtracting. Okay, now for example, here it says circle 10 apples and circle 10 oranges. And that'll help me count them better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I see my 8 and my 2. That makes 10. All right, what about my oranges? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more make 10. All right, now I'm going to compare them. And I'm going to write how many each group has in the box. Okay, so this one has 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Do you guys like how fast that was? Because I used my count on strategy. 10 and 5 makes 15. I'm going to count on again. 10, 11, 12. All right, which group has more and which one has less? Now, it says to check the group that has less. So I would check this one. Ta-da! Or, I could just write this one has less and this one has more. Woo! More, less. Okay, and you're going to show that in all of these. So they always suggest circling 10 to help you really see the difference. Because when there's so many scattered around, and they're smaller and these ones are bigger, and sometimes it's hard to tell unless we start using our strategies like circling 10. All right, so that's a little bonus activity for you to work on. I hope you enjoy working on your math today and remembering how to always make sure your math makes sense. Thanks for joining me, friends. Bye.